My name is Susie Danelon. Welcome to the Two Sisters.
We're making a really nice recipe, a fresh, amazing salmon, fresh salmon. We're gonna make a roulade with some tapenade in the middle. You will see how easy it is. And it's one of those recipes that it looks like you cooked for a long, like all morning in your kitchen, and you really didn't, but it looks amazing.
And for guests, it's really nice.
Yes. I make this recipe a lot when I entertain, and it's super, like again, it looks really nice.
Mm-hmm. So our ingredients is going to be black olives, capers, a piece of garlic, our anchovy paste, our fresh herbs, parsley, thyme, and oregano. All fresh is kind of better, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to use fresh.
And
yes.
of course, our star ingredient is our salmon.
Yay! Okay.
And the asparagus is just to put on the side.
On the side, exactly. So, by the way, today's recipe is sponsored by a great company called Organics Life.
Organic
Life. We just love it. They bring the box of organic vegetables to your house, to your door, and it's just amazing.
And
everything organic is so the fresh herbs. I just love it. I love it. So thank you so much, guys. All right, so we're gonna start. We're gonna make our tapenade, which is kind of like a sauce. With different ingredients are super nice. I'm gonna use my mini food processor that I have here. Super old, but it works amazing. You can always use the hand immersion. You can totally use that. You use the blender or the regular food processor to make this. Or you can actually chop everything by hand. Totally works. So we're gonna put some of the black olives here, right there. You don't really have to measure. This is one of those recipes, just go by eye. Garlic there, some capers right there, my fresh herbs. So we're gonna use my fresh oregano. This is amazing. People ask all the time, like, is it better to use fresh herbs or dry? And I always say, it all depends what you're making. Sometimes I want to use dry herbs, some other times I like to use fresh. So it all depends on what you make, right?
Yeah, for this one it's really good to use the fresh.
The fresh one, yeah, you need to use fresh. You could use dill, you could use rosemary. Open the fridge, whatever herbs you have. So the thyme here, you just take the leaves, that's it. You leave the stem out.
And you know what? Sometimes some herbs can freeze, right? They freeze nicely. Because sometimes you buy the fresh and you say, oh, I don't want to waste the rest. I'm not going to freeze it in a Ziploc bag.
In a Ziploc bag, that's what I always do. Especially with the cilantro, with the parsley. Put it to sauce. Like, it's just totally. Never throw anything in the garbage. Okay. Oh, some parsley, just like this. Ta-da-dan, easy. 1, 2, 3, pa-pa-pa. Olive oil. We need a little bit of liquid here, so we're gonna add some olive oil. Again, you can make this by hand, food processor, blender. Okay, Susie, we're good to go. Yeah.
You know what? I need my tequila.
Oh, me too.
Cheers.
Salud. Salud, everybody.
Salud.
Cheers for this amazing food. Thank you. I just love to cook. You know what? I just love to cook and share my food with friends, family. I just love it.
Okay, make noise.
Okay, I add my anchovy paste, not much. Right there.
Just for flavor.
Yes. So I went to the store, and you can actually do it at home, but I went to the store and I saw the guy, the butcher guy, that we love each other. And so every morning when I see him, he's like, yay, what would you like today? And I said to him, could you please butterfly the salmon for me? So what he did, you know, the piece of salmon here, so with a knife, he just cut.
That's nice,
right
Paula.
there.
I usually do it myself.
No, I always ask him. And then you open it. So you still have one piece, but it's butterflied, right? This is how we call butterfly.
Just to make it thinner.
Exactly, but you still have one piece over here. So actually, where the skin was, just take that paper, where the skin was, put it there, just for presentation. Okay, so we're
gonna have this in the inside because we're going to roll it.
That's right. So we're gonna do some salt, some pepper, right there.
Delicious.
We're gonna spread some of my tapenade. Just make sure you save some for when you plate. So you're tapenade in.
To use it like a sauce, right?
Yeah, that's right. I add more olive oil, so then you make a sauce, kind of like a sauce, and then you put it on top. Okay, so just like this. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. We're cooking, having fun here. And now I'm gonna roll it up like a sushi. just like this. Just like this. Very tight. Okay? Just like that. Just
And then we're going to get the
here.
saran wrap.
Yes.
Just some plastic wrap. You can
Exactly.
even do it with tin foil.
That's right. Wrap. And then we're gonna just roll it up like a sushi again. Very tight. And we're gonna put this in the fridge or freezer. So
For the freezer for less time, right?
yeah, for a couple hours, but even less than that, right?
And in the fridge, you can leave it overnight. Like if you're going to have guests over, do it and leave it overnight.
Exactly.
And worry about it the next day.
That's right, exactly. Okay, so this one goes in the freezer.
But magic of television, we have one ready.
Ta-da! So this is already we left it in the freezer for a couple hours. We're gonna take this out. It's not totally frozen, but it's really hard. So then at this point, we're gonna cut some medallions here. Just like that. And you see how pretty it is. I love this.
And then when we cook them,
Exactly. Just like this. Beautiful. You can make them as thick or as thin as you like. I don't like to make them very thick because it takes forever to cook. But if you can make them thick and just give them just one per person, and then finish. So saute on both sides and then put it in the oven
To
and then
finish
to
cooking.
finish the cooking, right? Okay, so we're gonna do
and
this.
to saute it's important so it doesn't like it gives it a nice
Yeah,
brown
it is.
color, right?
That's right. It is important.
It doesn't just
really
stay
is.
plain.
Exactly. Okay, so come on over. We're gonna saute this. Let me actually just put a little bit more salt on top, a little touch of black pepper in here, and let's cook. I have my pan here. I am going to add a little bit of olive oil. Make sure the oil is really hot before you add the salmon in here. And then I'm gonna add my salmon here. That's the sound I like. Forget about the tongues, I'm using my hands. All right. Now I'm so tempted to keep moving here. Do not touch, just let it cook. So you have a nice, beautiful caramelized color here. So be patient, let it cook. If they are too thick, you can also just saute on both sides, and then, like I said, put it on a tray and then finish the cooking in the oven, the cooking in the oven, so that you can also do. Now, if you want to make this in advance, make this 2 or 3 days in advance, put it on a Pyrex and then put it in the fridge. So the day off, you are ready to just sear them. That's it. I'm always thinking, what can I do in advance when I entertain? What is it that I can do in advance? And like my grandmother says, number 1, you always set the table first. After the table, you can set the table a few days or a week in advance. One thing done. And after that, you start thinking, what can I do in advance? So the day of your event, you are not exhausted and just waiting for the guests to leave, right? So you actually enjoy the party as well. To garnish our salmon, we're gonna use some asparagus. I love using asparagus. So you buy them. There's 2 different ways to make sure they are not too old, like they are perfect. One is when the asparagus start to get bad, just the tip of them, they start to get all soggy and black. So that's
sometimes they smell.
Yeah, so this is a very bad sign. So make sure that they are really hard and crispy on top. That's number 1. Number 2 is just always make sure that, of course, they are straight. If they are all
this one is not straight.
Exactly. What I mean is, you know what? Yeah. So they are hard, good, perfect,
standing up.
Exactly. That's right. So, and you have to trim them always, right? How do you know where to trim? Like, should you go here? Should you go here? So what I always do is just snap. Snap. So that's where it goes. This is where you have to trim. So you put one here.
Where it snaps on its own. That's
exactly. And this is the guideline, and you just cut them. I always save the ends to make my vegetable broth or to make any broth or soup. So I always save them, right? So right in here, I have a tray. We're gonna put my asparagus all on one layer. Some olive oil.
I love doing this when I have guests over because it looks beautiful. It gives you a vegetable.
That's right, and this is super easy.
People love it.
This is the easiest side dish ever.
And it's easy.
Salt, pepper, olive oil. Mix a little bit, oven, 400-degree oven for like 10-12 minutes. Done. Our salmon is ready.
And asparagus are ready.
Yay! All right, so we're gonna put some of the asparagus in here. And while Susie does that, I have my extra tapenade here. So I will add a lot of olive oil. So we make this kind of like a sauce. I want it to be liquidy, right? Like oily. Perfect, that should be fine. Awesome. So we're gonna put some of this tapenade on top.
And you know what? We keep
Just
saying
like
for when you have
this.
guests, but you know what? It looks so special, but it's
That's
so
right.
easy. Why
That's
not make
right.
it on any day of the week?
That is totally right, yeah.
I make
right.
these kind of dishes because they're easy.
Yeah, that's right.
Healthy. Yummy.
Okay, perfect.
Try this.
Small ones. I love it. I love it. I love the flavors. I love the olives, the capers. It's not that strong actually, because the salmon goes really, really well with all those flavors. I love it. Let's have asparagus from here. So thank you everybody. Thank you for watching. See you next time. The recipe, you'll find the recipe above here. And don't forget to subscribe and say like.
And don't forget to buy organics from Organic Life that have this very crispy, delicious asparagus.